We exist in two universes, Universe A and Universe B.
Right.
And as a result, what has really been happening to us is, as we struggle in this particular illusionary phenomena of a universe, there's another universe and another one of us being set up in that other universe and is being exalted. So, as you go through the troubles you're going through and the struggle you're going through here, just remember that all this is a variation or a simulation that is petering out, but the real us is in this other universe that is running concurrent with this one and is right existing with this one. You just can't see it. So you got to understand that part of things that's going to be happening to you is going to actually be you sensing yourself in the other universe.
Right.
But to tap into that particular universe B, as they call it, you're going to have to somehow struggle against worrying that this is real, because it's called the shift. It's called the shift. Now, the first level of the shift, because this illusionary phenomenon can never raise up into reality of what it is, because it doesn't exist. It's not real. So the only thing can happen that can be valuable in this society, in this particular realm, is a consciousness.
Yeah.
Is a consciousness. So this 2012 thing, which is 2011. Why? Because it's called the 11th cosmic power zone. 1 beyond 10. That's 11, not 12. 11.
Right.
And so you have the tree of life, where you have the Sephirotic world, or the Sephiras, there are 10 luminous emanations, but they are emanations. There's another world on the other side, which is called the Kalipop world, or what used to be called the underworld, and that particular world was shut down since Atlantis. It was this dismal place ruled by a black sun. That black sun is the black dot. But it's the invisible sun. Now is what Dr. Delbert-Blair is talking about. Our sun now has two suns. We just can't see it. But the key here is, on the back side of the tree of life, there's a doorway. There's a doorway called Doth, and that Doth is the 11th cosmic power zone. So what we're entering into is the 11th, the shift, the crossover. Now, in 2012 being just a marked date, and we are actually talking about a consciousness, then what will happen here is a 2012 consciousness will develop during the doorway of the 11th cosmic power zone. We going into 2011. You see what I'm saying? And so the Twin Towers, which is the same two towers that is also in the Tarot deck, or the Tarot card, and they say when the Twin Tower falls, it represents the old garrison or the old guard given away to the new guard. Well, the 11 is also represented as the towers in the Tarot, and the symbolic towers that fell, that fell, which would be 10 years ago, during 2011.
Right.
At 2011, because it was 2001. So now, the key here is, if this is the doorway and this is the shift, what to look forward to in this particular realm, because this particular realm can only do several things. It can either behave on the weather level, which we would see it behaving because of global warming and the Earth's Kundalini heating up. We would see a atmospheric change that the government and them have to work 24 hours with chemtrails and HARP and all this stuff to make you think that the seasons are what they are. But had they not worked 24 hours to do these things, you would be outside in a bathing suit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make here is, so what only thing can happen in this particular realm, because things have to work its way through to this realm, because this realm is this illusionary realm in this physical realm. What it is you have the weather, you have people's behavior, but the greatest thing you have is the change of consciousness. Now, we had one shift during the 80s and the 90s, the first people to go into this wave of consciousness. We have another shift now that's getting ready to happen. All them dead people out there. You see what I'm saying? Because there was supposed to be so many people waking up. It was prophesized. The Rosicrucians had prophecies of it, that the pineal glands would open up. You see what I'm saying? Sometime in the 90s. Nostradamus had prophecies that in the 1990s, black people were coming to their own in the Americas, in the Western Hemisphere. There's a prophecy in a French museum now that has that. Edgar Casey talked about the incarnation of John Pineal.
Yes.
John being Tahuti, Pineal being Horus. Tahuti is melanin. This alchemy. Horus is the light produced by the melanin. You see, so he talked about the incarnation of an avatar called John Pineal. Pineal is the pineal gland. See, everybody's just as stupid as hell. You see, so now this stuff is a mass awakening. It's going to get into that particular thing. So, any other questions?
Yeah, that was definitely the main one. So now let's talk about the sun. I know we've been focused on the moon. What is going to be coming up with the sun and that energy and how it's connected with us?
Well, there's something called, in alchemy, there's something called the union of the sun and the moon.
Yes.
And the chemical wedding, union of the sun and the moon. And that's what you did have with this particular eclipse. Now, two things about it is based on the sun, because God always got to break stuff down from the petty universe, which is the holographic universe. You see what I'm saying? They got us looking all up in the sky, and we don't understand that that's only a backdrop of indication of stuff that's going on the inside of us.